Hey guys, Nolar here. I'm back with JP Dokkan, but we're not doing gameplay today. We are doing some analysis on how to build teams to beat the Extreme Super Battle Road. Now, I'm going to preface this with some disclaimers. One, if you can't beat it now, even with some of the suggestions we have, you just got to wait. You got to wait it out till, there are new units that come out, probably some good free-to-play units or some side units that are not Dokkan Fest exclusives that are just in the banner. So, yeah, you might have to wait a little bit. It is what it is. And on top of that, we're not going to cover every single unit. There are some SRs that are fairly usable in some niche situations, but we're just going to try to cover the most broad basic strokes. But this is part 2 of the series. On part 1, we had Tallen, and I was on there to explain how to build for the Extreme Super Battle Road. And now I'm joined again with Tallen. Tallen, why don't you go say hello to everyone?
Konnichiwa, everyone. What's going on? Make sure you guys go check out part 1. We talked everything extreme teams, and I hope that was able to at least help you a little bit. And again, we made a disclaimer saying, like, look, if you can't beat this now, it's okay. The exact same thing happened with the original Super Battle Road when it originally came out. People waited, and guess what? Now you can beat every single original Super Battle Road stage free to play. So it might take some time, but overall, you'll get there eventually, okay?
Yep. Yeah, so just to reinforce that concept, this is kind of like a meta shift, right? Like when Super Battle Road first came out, it was all, we never really cared about defense or damage mitigation, but when Super Battle Road came out, we did. So we eventually got units that helped with that, and that got more utility, stunning, sealing, all that stuff. So just to make sure, as of this recording, which is in the US, March 25th of 2020, yeah, just got to wait it out. Now, we're going to go through the whole set. Right now on my screen, you're just going to see some Dokkan Wiki, and I'll do a team builder page. But right now, we're going to start off with Super AGL. Now, the disclaimer with Super AGL is, I think Talon agrees with me, it is the hardest super stage out of all of them. Okay?
I'm gonna go and say it's the hardest stage. It is harder than Extreme Tech. Yes, I am staking my career or knowledge. I don't know what to say, but no, I am saying Extreme Tech is easier than Super AGL. I don't care what anyone says. It just is. And I've got a pretty stacked AGL box, so.
Well, I'll explain a little bit in a second why we were saying that. But on the page right now, what you guys are seeing on the screen should be the potential enemies you'll see on every stage with Super AGL. Now, this is exactly like the original Super Battle Road, so nothing's really changed in that regard. Everything is just amped up. More attack on you, more HP, more damage, or more defense on the enemies. So, yeah, so like the first stage, you can get 3 or 2. 3 with like Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, and then 2 with the androids or Tau. And then on the second stage, you can get Ginyu. So as you can see, if you get really screwed, where you'll get 5 Ginyu Force on the second stage, Turles team on third stage, and then like Cell on the fourth one, I think it's time to restart.
just restart it, guys. Take your loss, accept it, and go into another round, because it's not worth it. It really isn't. The whole, yes, technically having 5 units is less health, and we get that. That was a thing back in the OG days. Guess what? It doesn't matter in these. It just doesn't matter. 5 super attacks over 2, no thank you. It's not happening.
Yeah, I would recommend if you could get 2, maybe 3, force pushing it. Like the only one that you get 4 is on the third stage with the cooler and the cooler minions. But yeah, try to settle for 2. I mean, on the fourth stage you can get Bojack Crew, that's 5, Cells, that's 5, and then it's Boo and Bobby, and so that's 2. Again, this is the hardest one, so you just need to have RNG be on your side, and then that's it.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go with the team building here. Super AGL. All right, I'll just tell you the team I brought and how it worked for me. I'll have some links for my runs on the down below. And of course, go check out Talon's channel. He's got his runs up there too. But I took the Pan as my lead. And then I brought LR Gohan, AGO Gohan, and Super Vegito. I brought the Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, and then LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And I also brought the Super Saiyan 2 Easy Aid Angel Goku. And so this is how I ran it, where if and I'm prefacing this by saying it's the hardest stage because I had to use a mitigation item every time I start the stage. So no matter who was there, the point was I needed to mitigate enough damage to survive to the second part, because most of these guys, when they super, they get their defense. So in the first 2 turns, they're going to be very vulnerable. And I say this is really difficult because when AGO LR Gohan supers twice and then takes normals for 50, 60k, yeah, this is a hard stage, okay? So like right here, it's all about surviving, mitigating enough damage to survive and chunk down the enemies as much as you can. So that's why the Pan was important, because she changes orbs. The Super Saiyan 2 Goku can heal as well, and good thing about him, he changes orbs, but he doesn't need the AGL orbs to heal. He can heal off any string of orbs. So, I mean, that's how basically I ran it. So, any thoughts, Talon?
Oh, Super AGL. I swear, when it comes to this team, it feels like they've increased everything for every team. But Super AGO was just taken up to 11, essentially, in terms of just how much damage is done to these guys. Because again, like you stated before, LR Gohan, I can get double supers on him, not get attacked beforehand, and he still takes so much damage. It is ridiculous. Okay. So I agree with your team. So if you guys haven't seen my video of it, or actually I streamed it and then I put it up on the channel. It was a very close run for me. It was the final run I had to do. I took Super Saiyan 4 Gokus with a friend and a leader because I don't have the AGL Pan. I took Super Vegito. I think Super Vegito is one of those cards that you absolutely need for this run.
Yep.
Absolutely need him for this, okay? I tried it a few times with AGL Gogeta, and his dodge did come in handy, but again, that's relying a little bit too much on RNG for my liking, so I had to switch it up a bit. I ended up I didn't bring LR Gohan with me, if I remember correctly. I had the AGL Spirit Bomb Goku, but I've got him at 0 dupes, but he still was so very helpful. Changing orbs, lowering the enemy's attack, and sealing them up. It was very, very helpful. LR Goku as the friend, at least, was definitely helpful. Mine has no dupes, so it wasn't the greatest. I did try bringing like AGL Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, the one that transforms. He wasn't bad. I threw him off rotation, but he wasn't helping the greatest. Same with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He was fine, he just takes way too much damage.
Yeah.
And then Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, the Easy A one, he helped out a lot. He definitely was worth it in terms of bringing him. Just make sure you definitely get a super attack off before you let him get hit. Otherwise, he's going to get you killed.
Right.
But in my final run, what I did bring was the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the Kaioken that got his Easy A. He's technically Kaioken, but he's not the name and everything. He was helpful a lot because he greatly raised his attack on super attack, and if you got a double, it helped out a lot. And you never went past the 10-turn limit that he has.
Right.
So that was actually helpful. And that whole lowering the HP thing, I didn't really find to be an issue or anything like that. So, now I also do want to reference something real quick. There is a French Dokkan YouTuber named, I think it's Brian is his name. You guys have probably seen him on Twitter. And he took a team where he used the Spirit Bomb Observed Goku and Nail.
Yeah.
And what he did was he brought the free-to-play Piccolo, the transforming one. He threw him off rotation. And Nail is a pretty big beast when he has a Piccolo on the team with him, because he can mitigate damage, he gets an extra 100% attack and defense, he stacks attack and defense, and if you're fighting off against a Frieza Force, you get auto crits, which is pretty nice. So if you got lucky on some rotations, you could be fighting like Cooler, you could be fighting Frieza, that kind of stuff. And it worked out for him. I tried it myself when I got to the final stage. I just couldn't beat it though. But do know there is that option right there. I would not recommend LR, Kale, and Caulifla. They take too long to get their defense up.
Right.
If you're lucky enough with someone like the Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, by all means go ahead. He still takes a lot of damage.
Yeah. the issue with Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, and same thing with Janembas, like even the Easy A, is that they guard, but they're not damage mitigators. So they'll still take 30, 40k per hit. And yeah, it's not the 50, 60k you would normally take, but still, that's still quite a bit. And with Trunks, even with his Awakening, it's still a chance that he guards. So there's an opportunity he doesn't guard, and yeah, that just doesn't look good.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. So, and I think the one thing that AGL just lacks, unfortunately, right now, is something for this mode, right? Like all of these cards, for the most part, are meant for longer
events. Yeah, I
right?
agree.
LR Gohan, even to a degree, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the transforming Super Saiyan Goku, which goes all the way up to Blue, which, by the way, he actually could be somewhat decent, but don't let him take too many hits because his mitigation is pretty small.
Yeah, it's not a huge mitigation.
Even 50% mitigation in this mode, guys, it doesn't do much sometimes. So you got to be careful there. You know, someone like the new AGL Bardock that just came out, he's a stacker over time, you know, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of these guys are not going to do well in this mode. So I think if you are having trouble with Super AGL, give it a couple of months and see what AGL potentially gets. Not necessarily as a Dokkan Fest banner, or a Dokkan Fest card, but as just maybe a normal card that just somebody's going to be on every banner after some random Dokkan Fest units comes out. And maybe they'll be a good tank. Or maybe they'll come out as one of those random ones from, like, you know, Peppy Gao's banner or something, or, you know, whatever the case may be, right? I think that might be the best choice for some people. But again, if you guys have beaten it, let us know your thoughts down below and what teams you particularly use and what rotations. Don't just simply say the teams. Tell us the rotations. That way we can all kind of help each other make this a little bit easier for the community.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, I'm kind of rigid with like rotations, but you, of course, with Super Battle, you got to be a little more fluid. Where if there's 6 people attacking on the third slot, you're not going to leave Super Vegito on the first slot. You know, sometimes you're going to have to throw him off rotation. Well, with Super Vegito too, with Super Vegito, the issue is he can tank fairly well with the normals. Like the first hit, he'll tank it for 10k, 11k, and then he'll get that 40% boost, and then he'll tank for like 3k normals. The problem is if he eats a super, it's 250, 250, 270, something along those lines. So even though, like, oh, you see like 5 attacks there and you're like, okay, that's going to be good damage. The damage is okay. It's nice because he's, you know, mitigating damage and then outputting some. But then if there's a risk that that's a super in there, either put someone else in or you got to eat an item. Like that's just the way it is. I forgot to mention, I took Future Mai, the waifu one from the waifu banner. She stuns, like a high chance to stun, I think. Yeah. So I threw her off rotation, and basically, when you're bringing stunners and you're throwing them off rotation, what you're doing, at least this is my strategy with them, is you're stunning whoever is attacking them at the last slot, right? So basically, you're negating any damage. Is the best way to put it. They're not outputting a lot of damage, but they're making it so you're surviving the next round, which is important for this team because they need the next round to get another super off to build their defense and tank better, right? So, some other options, I guess, is like Toma, the Great Ape. It's a support, and like he's not going to tank well, but there's the possibility of him going ape might save your butt. You know what I mean? So like I'm not putting him high up there, but if you really want to try this mode and he's your last option, give him a shot is basically what I'm saying. Yeah. But the same thing with like Tapion, same concept. Well,
Tapion.
Right, and well, at the very least he can lower attack, so he's got some utility there. But again, it's more like last resort kind of card. Like, yeah, go giant, go great ape, whatever. Just, you know, so you can maybe survive another turn. You know, not use a couple items, get a little bit of damage in. So, yeah, Super AGL's it needs a little bit of help. But again, if RNG's on your side, you can get through it. But yeah, for the most part, it hits really hard. And that's all I can say. So, any last words on Super AGL?
Good luck is all I'm gonna say. Like seriously, guys, take our advice when it comes to something like, just wait if you have to. Like, just honestly wait. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Alrighty, so we're gonna moving on to the next one, and here we go.
Let's go to the next one.
All right, we're moving on to Super Tech, and on the screen here, you'll see all the potential enemies you'll get. Super Tech, it's not as bad as Super AGL, but at least what I found was that there's not a lot of tanks. So you're going to have to use some damage or some utility characters to stun or lower attack, or raise your own defense and kind of stuff. So yeah, so on the screen, there's a lot of chances to get 5 enemies. If you get 2 or 3 stages with 5 enemies in a row, maybe you just throw that out and start over again. But all right, let me explain what team I brought and what potentially you could bring. So I ran the LR Go Bros because I have them. And so I put them 2 leads, so me and the friend. And I utilized the siblings bond and then the Goku's family lead. So I brought the Bola or Bra or whatever you want to call her, the support one, because she has a chance to dodge as well. And then of course every super attack she raises her own attack, but it's not significant enough to really care. I brought Tapion, who's really good because he lowers attack, so that's good utility. I brought Orb Changers to help the Go Bros actually get to their 18 key super. So 18, the TOP 18, she changes orbs as well. And of course, God Goku, because he can seal. And I think on one of the stages, he face off movie bosses, so he could get 77% damage mitigation, which is really good.
Yep, that definitely helps.
And of course, I mean, I don't use this on my World Tournament team, but I brought SR Jocko to stun everyone. And he made the runs way easier. So honestly, guys, if you just want to get through it, like I just did the one time, do it. Just bring him, throw him off rotation, because of course he's not getting any boost. So, but once he's on rotation, he'll stun everyone, so he won't get hit anyways. But that should buy you enough time to kill like that one unit or like lower their attack or whatever you want to do to make sure that you survive or win that round. So your thoughts, and what did you bring, Talon?
Okay, so I had to go with a little bit of a different method because I don't have the Go Bros. I was saving my red coins for Vegito and Gogeta coming back. So for me, I used the combination of the Last Resort category and the Potara category. Okay. So it was my LR Vegito, which has 0 dupes into it, and then I brought a Rainbow Friend. Okay. One person, and so then I brought one of the best support units in the entire game, which is the Tech Supreme Kai of Time. Mm-hmm. Because she gives your all allies attack and defense up 30%. She massively raises her defense, which is a major help. Yep. And she seals on the super attack. So if you happen to have her on a rotation, maybe where you've lowered the attack or something, she can actually take a hit pretty well. She really can. Okay. Plus, I'd given her some dodge, so she actually got a few lucky dodges in there, which is nice. Okay. I brought the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta because he just lowers the enemy's attack by being there by 20%. It's not as great as something like Extreme STR, but it works. It really does work. So that was definitely nice to bring. I was very limited on this. I had to bring Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and he was just kind of an off-rotation guy, but he was able to keep his 11-key super attack, which still kept his defense, so he was doing actually decently fine. It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
And I think that was it. Oh, and then the Candy Vegito. He was the last one that I brought.
Okay.
Now that one is, again, it's a very wonky team. I understand that, and I definitely got lucky. I won't deny that. But the fact that he could stun and he's got that dodge potential in him was very, very nice. So that's kind of what I went with in terms of what I could personally use. If I had a better opportunity to work maybe with some different categories, I probably would have gone as I need to check one card real quick. The sibling bond category. It doesn't happen to have LRU by any chance, does it? Probably not.
Well, that's a good question. Let me check real quick.
I know it's weird because he doesn't have any siblings, but sometimes you never know.
Yeah. I mean, like I was.
Doesn't be in there.
He's not in there.
Nah, he's not in there.
Okay.
So.
Initially, I was gonna say no, but I was like, that's a good question. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
really
what I
good.
went with. Yeah.
Yeah, LRUB's good if you could use him, utilize him. Of course.
And I will say this real quick: the Vegito was off rotation most of the time. It seriously was.
Yeah.
It was off rotation, and then when he transformed, that'd be like the one time I might keep him on rotation, but then the next turn, throw him back off rotation because it was a new battle. So.
Understandable. Of course, another option for a lead is the tech trunks, the Dokkan Fest trunks that transforms.
Yep.
Only issue is he's not that. He needs to build up a little bit for his both attack and defense. So
off rotation he goes, just off rotation.
Yeah. So like, if you got to bring him as a lead, then I would just throw him off because I don't think he's gonna really survive that well for you.
No, he's not. He's not going to.
The other option, if you need tankiness, the 16. I mean, I was thinking about. I didn't bring him, but he could be an option. The Dragon Ball Fighters.
So
one.
I had tried him out originally, the Dragon Ball Fighters 16, because he greatly raises his defense for one turn on super attacks.
Right.
So I found that if you got a super attack off, and then if he activates his guard, he's okay.
Okay.
If he doesn't, though, he gets smacked around. So you got to be careful. You have to be careful.
Kind of your last pick if you needed it.
Right, exactly.
The other one I was thinking, I mean, I haven't used full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku in a while, but again, I think he's like the bottom of the list of options to bring. So, yeah. And have you even? I never tried it, but did you try bringing the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta? Because like he transforms into Extreme, right? So.
Yeah, so he can't. So you can bring him because he's a super type. You can't put him on the Extreme Tech team.
Right.
But when he transforms, I'm assuming it's going to be simply just like
he loses all. He doesn't get any of the lead.
He's not getting any boost essentially. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would recommend not bringing him.
Yeah, he's not a good option there either.
Yeah. Obviously, Tech Tien is a very good option to bring.
Yes. If you have him awakened, he's really good.
Yep.
But because he greatly lowers attack. I think like what another team you could do is like the LR Go Frieza, both leads. And then
I've seen that used before. The LR Go Frieza, if you have Tien along with that, and then they're also a super tech lead, right?
Yeah, but it's 90%.
It's 90%, yeah.
I think, yeah.
But
no,
Tien's like
wait, no, it's not 90. It's 77%, I think.
Is it? I'll open up the LR real quick.
Yeah,
90% to tech. It's 90% to tech.
90%. Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. So, I mean, Tien kind of works only because he can greatly lower that attack, and he changes orbs and everything, which is really nice. So,
yeah.
Do not bring Tech Vegito Blue. Just don't do it. The TUR.
Nope. Nope. Not worth it. I tried the Great Saiyaman. Is that 3? The tech one?
The 3. Yeah, he's 3, I think.
Yeah, it's not good. He's not good. He takes too much damage because he minuses 30% once he takes a hit to his defense. So he counters, but he's taking like 90k per normal, so that's not a good option. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm just looking at the list here. I mean, LR Super Saiyan 3 is just gonna be impossible because the thing is like he loses what a good chunk of his defense, like 50% defense when he's 18 key super. So like
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and of course you got to build a team around him. It's not really worth bringing, in my opinion. I guess that's kind of it. I don't think there's anybody else you would want to bring. I'm just looking.
Not that I can. I'm looking at tech, and it's just. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I do know people tried bringing the Gohan and Kid and Icarus. That combo card because of the medium chance to stun, and then depending on where you place them, you can do decent. But I don't know. It's kind of a little too RNG for me still, personally. So. I mean, again, guys, tech is going to be one of those hard ones. It is tough.
Yeah, like tough. I like Beerus, the EZA Tech Beerus. I tried him, Yeah, because I brought him once with the siblings bond. There's no one to link him with unless you really want to bring the Tech Whis. No, that's not a good option either. So, yeah, there's really, even if he gets hit first, like, yeah, it's not worth it. The Angel Goku, this is where we're waiting for their EZA because, like, he can. It's a small, rare chance to stun. So if that happens, great. But he doesn't get much defense. Like only the Rainbow Key spheres only give him attack. So yeah, he'll hit hard, but he'll hit hard. So yeah, there's just not a lot of options. So
I wouldn't be surprised as kind of like a final wrap up to the tech side of things is, you know, because we've finally seen EAs for LRs now. If LR Prime Goku finally gets an EZA, he could potentially be a very good unit to bring. We'll have to wait and see what he can do, or you know, if he gets the EZA. But I definitely say wait for that. We can see some cool LR come back there.
Yeah, and if he does come back and become a staple unit for Super Battle Road, the Super Saiyan Bardock is his best friend. So because they have,
and if he ever gets an EZA too, oh man, that duo right.
Yeah. Deadly. So that it might be, this might be the case of like, guys, if you can't get it done again, just wait a little bit. Maybe the EZAs and other options will flood in and make it a lot easier. So we gave you some ideas. Let us know what you guys ran, if you successfully ran Super Tech, what the rotations were, because rotations are important just for a general consensus of how you play your stages and what your goal is. So yeah, anything else before we move on to the next section?
Nope, that's about it.
All right, guys, so we're moving on. All right, and we're moving on to Super Int. So again, on the screen, the potential enemies you'll see, there's you can probably get 5 enemies on 3 of the stages. Super Int's not that bad. I should have mine up on the channel soon. I don't have it up yet, but I did record it, and I didn't think it was too bad. But yeah, let me explain the team I brought, and hopefully that makes it'll give you an idea of how I ran it. So I led off with the Kid Gohan, the support, because he gave 4 key 120. Of course, brought LR Vegito. I brought God Goku because he is made for Super Battle Road. And of course, I definitely brought the new EZA Vegito Blue, in Vegito Blue, and because he gives that extra defense. But it's only 2 super types, Realm of Gods, which guess what? God Q is there, so I put them together on rotation. And then I brought Kid Goku, the Dokkan Fest one, and I did
that too, yeah.
Future Mai. Now that's gonna sound kind of weird to some people, but she stuns. Granted, it's only for that turn. So again, like I explained earlier, she's off rotation. She's a stunner, so basically I target whoever's attacking her, so that we just mitigate damage completely. But she's also a time traveler support, which is good for the Vegeta, the blue Vegeta, because he needs to super to get that extra defense. So she gave him key enough to make sure I didn't have to like fumble around giving him like 6 key or 5 key or whatever to make sure he supered. So that was pretty good. But and then of course the Kid Goku, I really just used him for his active skill whenever it came up, which came up quite often enough. So any thoughts on that team, and what did you bring, Tallen?
So I did kind of a combination of the same thing. I did the Gohan as my lead, like you did the Kid Gohan. I brought LR Vegeta. I brought the Int EZA Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I brought the free-to-play Super Battle Road Goku support units because he can stun, and he's a support, and he dodges, which is really nice. He's got dodge in his passive, plus I gave him 17 dodge on his ability system buffs. So that helped out a lot. I didn't bring God Goku, even though I do have him. I didn't even think about it at the time. So, and then other units I brought with me. Int Mai would have been a very good option to bring because she stuns on super attack. She has a high chance to, but she guarantees stun for the turn on her passive, which is really nice. I think I brought Ghost Tanks. The Go Tanks and Ghosts.
Oh, the farmer.
And they're off rotations. I got a little lucky there, but that was definitely helpful. And then Kid Goku, like you did, because of his active skill and his chance to stun, which was definitely helpful. So that's personally what I went with this team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good team. I didn't think about the LR Goku, the Super Battle Road one, but I just completely thought Godku was going to be amazing, and he did very, very well because he has a high chance to dodge and a high chance to crit on the first 7 turns, which, you know, normally with Super Battle Road you might fall off after 7 turns, but if you're falling off after 7 turns, you're like eating a lot of items. That's what I find.
Yeah, that's a lot of items gone. That's just going to be gone, unfortunately. So.
Right. Some other options I thought about was Hercule. So he.
Oh yeah, Hercule. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't do damage because he has a high chance. He has a chance to stun and then mitigate damage. So the lower your health, the more damage he mitigates. Which, with Super Battle Road, you're going to be low on health at some point, so he'll definitely mitigate more damage. I think it's 70%, something like that. But
90.
90? Okay, yeah, more than that. So he is the tank, but he is just a tank. You know what I mean? So that's one option. The Yardrat Goku, I didn't bring him, but now that I'm like looking at the list, like that's a pretty good option for free to play as well. Because
he could definitely be good right there.
Slot 1 is damage mitigation, and then slot 2 and 3 is.
No, slot 2 and slot 3 is damage mitigation. Slot 1 is the dodge, but you have to be careful though, because on slot 1 you can't dodge until after he is attacked.
Or he's attacked. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, he has to attack. So.
Yeah, I mean he might be a good like floating unit because he does counter and he mitigates damage. So it's like a mini Super Vegito in that AGO Super Vegito in that regard. The other option I thought about was 16. You know, the terrible one that went with AGL Alargon. Like, why wasn't he AGL? He's a good option too, because but
he massively lowers the enemy's defense, which is garbage.
Yeah, there's no utility there. It's just the tanky part that potentially tanky part. I mean, I didn't use him, but
it's a high chance to guard against all types, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe he's not like
Yeah,
he's like the bottom of the list. I wouldn't call him up there.
Yeah, I'd put him on the bottom of the list. If he ever gets an EZA, LR Piccolo could be something in the future. Maybe.
Yep, that's true.
Maybe UI Goku if you got super lucky with his transformed dodges, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even dare bring it.
Yeah. One unit I will definitely say to keep an eye out for, because we'll probably be seeing his EZA soon, is going to be the Sword of Trunks, or Sword of Hope Trunks, the Rage Trunks, the Int one, because he should be getting an EZA soon. Now, granted, his super attack just simply greatly lowers defense, that's nothing, but he gets attack up 15% per Int orb that he obtains. All right.
Yeah,
so you can tell that's probably, and he changes his own orb, so you can know that he's probably going to get a huge defense buff from his EZA, you know, collecting orbs, changes themselves, and potentially does something else. And I think that could definitely be something to look forward to in the future. So keep an eye out for that. What about this like Borgama pair thing? Whatever they do.
Which one are you talking about here?
The Borgama and Mageto card. The Super
Boda Magetta?
Yeah, Boda Magetta. Yeah, I looked at them. They're kind of to be honest, for this particularly.
Super Gogeta, the only thing about him is he's got utility where he lowers the enemy's attack and defense. So
yeah,
if you need that, that's fine. And he's super effective.
Off-rotation.
Yeah, he might be an off-rotation. It's more like if you're bringing more over into flash units. So like if you are bringing Godku, you put him Godku. Well, the thing is, because Godku's so good with dodging, you would want him on slot 1. But in this setup where Gogeta's on slot 3, you might want to put Godku in slot 2 to link up for over in a flash. I don't know. It all kind of depends on how you want to do it. Like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock might be decent because he has a medium chance to seal.
Yep.
And then below 70% he gives that attack buff, but he really can't take a hit, so he might be one of those off-rotating units potentially if you need to bring him. So it's not too bad. I mean, I didn't think they hit too hard. I didn't really have any troubles. The thing is, you might not last 6 turns to get Super Vegeta to show up. I mean, sometimes you will, and that's just a free heal, so that's good. But I wouldn't bank on that. Like, I wouldn't go in saying, okay, I'm gonna last 6 turns every time to make him give me a free heal. So
exactly, yeah, I'd say the same thing. And one thing I will say is kind of an ending, at least. the future Gohan, the transforming one, he can be decent, especially maybe if that Trunks gets a EZA that we talked about, or he is gonna get, but when he gets one.
Right.
So keep an eye out for that those two could be a very good pair to have along, because he's gonna be a support for that unit, and then when he transforms in only 4 turns, he mitigates damage, which is pretty nice. So.
Yeah. So. Alrighty, cool. Well, that ends Super Int. Let us know if you guys beat it, what teams you brought, rotations, your strategy on how to beat it. This guide is supposed to help people figure out ways to get through it. And again, like we said, if your box isn't capable, you just gotta wait, and that's okay, because there's gonna be better units that come out that fit whatever the meta you need to finish this off. So damage reduction, damage mitigation, it'll all come at some point. And so we're moving on to the next one. And we're moving on to Super Tech, guys. So again, on the screen, you'll see... Super Strength. It's a little late here. So Super Strength, you see on the screen, all the enemies you'll see, it's pretty much all the same. The thing, again, if you see 5 enemies on slot 2, or on stage 2, 3, and 4, maybe it's time to restart. So... with Super Strength, I took a little bit of a different team, and it was the first one I ran, and it's the first video I have up. I took a Vegeta family Super Strength team. So LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as my lead, Rage Vegeta as on rotation with him, and then I brought Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta linked with Super Saiyan God Vegeta. And then off rotations, I got the Rage Trunks, I think that's what it is, like the one that gets a defense boost when he supers, and then the free-to-play exchange card of Vegeta and Trunks. So that was the team I brought. It worked out well enough. I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta alone is like the MVP of Super Strength, so hopefully you guys have him. And the reason why I brought him with God Vegeta was so that we get the over in a flash. God Vegeta can also guard, and he lowers attack, so yeah. Well, any thoughts on the team and what you brought, Tallen?
That is a very interesting team, to say the least. I will give you that. Okay, so for me personally, I did the same thing. Super STR combination team.
Okay.
So obviously Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and he's nice because he already has max defense already.
Yep,
and then
exactly.
If you get a super attack off, he's doing the massively raise it for 1 turn, which is awesome. I brought Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, just like you did. He was amazing to bring. I brought the Rage Trunks, the STR one. He was very good, actually.
Yep.
He did just fine. He was a very good unit. I believe I also brought the LR free-to-play Vegeta. He was doing just fine. He was kind of an off-rotation unit for me, but he did just fine personally. And another off-rotation unit I used was LR Pan. When she would actually mitigate the damage, because it's a chance. So
yeah, that's the thing.
Be very careful there for that one, okay? I actually took Super Gogeta, the OG STR one. He was actually pretty decent. And then my final unit that I brought, which was kind of the second end for me, who was a major help, is the brand new Dokkan Awaken for the high school Gohan from the World Tournament.
Oh,
that dude is a beast. I love him. Median chance to stun on the super attack, mitigates damage by 58%, has attack and defense up by 58%, and gives all your super allies key +2 and stats up 30% on defense and attack. Yeah. No need to say anything else on that. In fact, there were times I kept him on rotation because of that. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's really good.
Yeah, right. That's what I did. Super STR was definitely of the super stage.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many options. I mean, the Zeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, one of the best tanks in the game. Like he could be on rotation. That's a good one. Of course, you've got cheat code Whis, who basically dodges everything.
Yeah. The STR Whis,
yeah. I mean, that's how Truth did his no item run with Super Strength. So, link him up with LR Beerus. Yeah, easy rotation there. Jiren, yeah, again, you've got a chance to stun everyone, which when it happens, it's like the best thing in the world. But when it doesn't, you get super, super angry.
No, thank you.
I think Namagoku would be pretty decent. Because
yeah, I could see that. Just you gotta be a little careful, but overall, I think yeah.
The Super Saiyan Blue Goku might be okay because he gets that extra boost when he's facing up against 2 more enemies. You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah. So
yeah, Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Yep.
What else?
I know I've seen some people bringing the STR Go tanks, the one that got an easy A.
Oh right. Because what does he do again? He stuns potentially.
Stuns on super attack, and then attack and defense of 8% on the passive. And if you're facing off against 2 or more opponents, everyone gets +1 key and attack and defense up 40%, which is pretty nice. So I can see why some people brought him.
Yeah.
A lot of people also brought the SSJ2 or SSJ. I almost said Kaba. Oh yeah, yeah, the Kaba.
Oh yeah, as a lead.
Because of his leader skill.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, he's kind of self-explanatory, just like the other support units. That's about it. Maybe if I will say it's kind of like a win and if kind of scenario, but if the STR Oob gets an easy A, he could definitely be decent probably.
Yep,
in the future.
That's another one. I was thinking if last resort you really needed someone, Ultimate Gohan just to give that extra 50% defense buff, but
he could be decent if you get lucky on some rotations.
I would throw him off rotation.
I know Rage Vegeta, yeah, definitely off rotation. Rage Vegeta maybe could be decent.
Well, I brought him and he was really good, mostly because he was linking up with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I would not bring Super Saiyan 4 Goku because he needs super.
No, God, no. Oh,
yeah,
God.
He needs a super to build his defense, so yeah, that's not a good option.
That's not a good option. Do not. Oh my gosh, no. And until he gets an easy, don't even think about it. Just don't. The only other unit I could potentially think of is that might be it, actually.
Well, I was thinking if you wanted an AoE unit, we've got that Piccolo, that Strength Piccolo.
Oh, yeah, that Strength Piccolo. I forgot about him.
So
because he does have a 20% chance. It's Tokidoki to stun, so I think it's like a 20% chance.
Yeah, so...
Attack and defense of 100%, and attacks all... It gets an extra 30% attack and defense when he's facing off against 2 or more. He wouldn't be bad. Still kind of an off-rotation unit, in my opinion, but overall not too bad.
Yeah, because, again, with Super Battle Road, you just need to mitigate enough damage to survive in order to do damage to the enemy. So he can maybe take a hit here and there, but not, like, on rotation. So, yeah, probably off rotation.
And I've seen some people use LR Trunks in Mai. If you can get lucky with the stuns, I'd say go for it, but I don't know if they're necessarily the best to bring.
Yeah, so I would put it on, like, the bottom... More, not the bottom tier, but like towards the bottom where like, oh, that's
towards the bottom, definitely.
Yeah.
So, and again, so many people, probably most people have Super Saiyan Stone. So, you know, there's a lot of options I think for a Super STR.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of ways to play it. So let us know what you guys think of the team build or what you eventually brought and rotations and all that stuff. So let us know how that went. And we're just any last words before we move on to Super Physical?
Nope, that's it from me.
All right, and off we go. And we're moving on to Super Physical. So again, on the screen, you'll see all the potential enemies you'll run into. Like we said before, if you run maybe five enemies on 3 of the stages, it's time to restart because you'll be eating too many items at that point. But I thought Super Physical wasn't that bad, to be honest.
It wasn't too bad, no.
Yeah, so I'll tell you the team I brought, and I think most people, if they have these cards, they'll bring those. So I basically brought LR Gogeta as lead and friend. So I basically ran a fusion team as much as possible. So I brought the EZA Super Saiyan Gotenks, like one of the best cards for this mode. I did bring Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but he was off rotation. But then and now here are my 3 like super physical units. MVP 17, he's the MVP.
Yep. That's
The
definitely
new
helpful.
EZA Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Well, I guess he's not new at this point, but the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, he was good because even
He
though,
was very helpful. He was very helpful.
yeah, just to remind me, he gives 3 keys, 30% defense or 2 key.
It's 30% defense to all types, and then it's the attack that he gives the Super Saiyan 2 category. You're not really carrying.
Well, yeah, we don't bring any of the Super Saiyan 2, so the defense is what is what I brought him for. And my last unit I brought, but was on rotation, was Stun-Ku. That's what I called him. It's the Super Saiyan movie, the cooler movie Goku, who has like a high chance to stun and then crit as well. So like 70% chance to stun. Like, granted, sometimes he didn't, but 70% chance is a good chance. So that was very helpful overall. Thoughts on the team, and what did you bring, Talon?
So I did it a little bit differently, but I still used some of the guys. I brought Vito, the lead and a friend. Okay. I brought the Gawasu and Zamas card. They were very helpful because they sealed and they have a good chance to dodge, which is really nice. I brought the free-to-play Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. Again, sealing, providing key was very helpful. Let's see, what else did I bring? I brought the Super Vegito, the physical one. 50% mitigation was fine. It worked out pretty well. Okay. And then I brought who was else? Oh, I brought LR Bardock actually. And he did fine. He honestly did. He was just fine. He wasn't a liability or anything. And I think that was it. Oh, and then the Super Saiyan 2 Goku as the support unit. So yeah, so that was basically what I brought, and it worked out just fine, honestly. Maybe I got lucky on some rotations, but overall, I kept the ceiling going on 2 of the 3 rotations, and it was going just fine personally. So and there's a lot of different options. We'll second, but overall, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, like the strategy I employed was the same thing with you. Like you, I had Super Saiyan Gotenks on one rotation and then the Stun-Ku on the other one. So someone was always sealed or stunned or both. So I just wasn't taking as much damage as like the other like stages I ran. So yeah. So all right. So let's get into other potential options. Of course, you could probably run the Transformer Vegeta as a lead. You know, there's a lot of pure Saiyans, and then of course he's the super lead too, so that's one option. We don't have, as of this recording, we don't have the awakenings for the support Gohan. So when he gets awakening, he'll be a good lead.
Yep, definitely. He'll definitely be a very good lead to bring because 4 key is definitely very nice to have.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, who else can we bring in here?
We'll have to wait for it, but the EZA for the Vegito Blue.
Yes. We're talking JP side, so yeah, we're waiting.
Yeah, we don't have him on JP yet, so definitely worth it. I would not recommend him put him in the slot if you're going to get attacked and getting the super attack off, but combined with his mitigation and greatly raising his defense and attack on your super attack, and if he gets multiple super attacks, I think he'll be just fine. We'll have to wait and see, though. Definitely, though, having someone like MVP 17, Gawasu, and Zamas, and probably the free-to-play Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, a combination of those cards, giving him extra defense is going to help him even more, though, when he gets his ECA for this mode.
Dokkan Fest Piccolo, because he can see super attacks, I think is very useful. But I wouldn't put him on rotation because there's just not enough synergy, like anyone to link with him, per se. So because he raises his defense, I think he's a good floating unit because he can see the super attack and then raise his defense and not take too much on the back end unless there's like 6 attacks on the back end and then, well, you're just going to switch up your rotation anyway. But he's a very good option if you needed that. He's more utility than he is.
I will say another one you can potentially bring. Again, this is definitely going to be an off rotation guy. Is going to be that really old physical Piccolo, and the only reason I said gives his allies 77% defense. Yeah, which is really nice to have. Again, off rotation though. Do not keep him on rotation because on his super attack, he's not stunning or anything. So that's just something you need to keep in mind right there.
Yeah, with that easy area, who would say the easy area was really good, but this was actually really good because 77% defense is huge. It's not nothing to scoff at. So, Another good one you could probably bring, again, off rotation, would probably be the Super Saiyan Bardock, because he gives 2 ki and he seals. So that's another option.
Especially if he gets an easy A in the future, I could definitely say that with more confidence.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be that. There's no real attack all unit. I mean, I'm not going to even mention Xeno Trunks, so...
Oh god, don't even.
LR Trunks...
no? Maybe only if you need a last unit.
Yeah, but if you're going to put him on rotation, it's either slot 2 or 3. So he's either floating, or if you put him on main rotation, he's got to be slot 2, because he doesn't get his defense until he supers. So...
Yeah.
Putting him in the first slot where there's like 4 or 5 attacks is just not the way to play it.
Yep. One kind of side character I'll talk about that's not on JP yet, although we're getting next month in April.
Oh, is
that Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Resurrection F1, and the only reason I say it is because he raises attack and defense on super attack, which is kind of whatever for this mode particularly. He gets attack and defense up by 20% per key spear obtained, plus an additional attack and defense up 10% if it's a physical key spear that you would use.
Yep.
And you randomly change one type of key spear, excluding physicals, to physical orbs. So
yeah,
he could potentially be helpful. I don't know exactly how much. He's definitely probably more of a second slot, third off rotation kind of guy, but he's definitely an option.
Yeah, he's an option. You could probably pair him with, I mean, Heflin needs an easy A or easy area, whatever they're going to give her.
She needs an easy A badly.
But she might be okay here.
She might be, yeah.
If RNG's on your side, she can help you. If RNG wants to kill you, it will kill you. But because she can't take a hit, I mean, she has a medium chance to dodge?
I think it's a medium chance to dodge. I'll double check real quick.
Yeah, so she can dodge. She's a nuker, so she gets
medium chance to dodge. So
I mean, multiple supers. Like, she might be an option. Definitely, like you said earlier, I would recommend her with more confidence when she gets an easy area or easy A, whatever they want to give her. But again, if you're like looking for that last unit, she might be it. Anything else?
As of right now, no, I can't really. Again, if future easy A's come out, I think a lot more units will definitely be helpful, but until then, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. So, one thing I will say, if maybe for some reason you're trying to do this as another speed run or something, or maybe even future Super Battle Road stages get more easy A's or other ones come out, is the physical LR Gohan, which the whole point of this easy A Extreme is to easy A that LR Gohan.
Yeah.
And if I had I tried it out with a rotation once where I had him, obviously all Awakened and everything in terms of easy A status. And I brought the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, who gives defense to everybody. Because when this Gohan is on rotation with a Goku, and he gets his 18 key super attack, the dude is taking double-digit damage most of the time. So definitely something to use. But then again, I do recognize that's your run. He's not an option because
you need to finish it too.
Yeah, you need to finish the medals to get the easy A. So yeah, just keeping an eye out for that one.
Yeah. So. All right, guys. Again, like we said in the beginning, disclaimer, we didn't cover every single unit possible. There's just too many. This would be like 2, 3, 4 hours that we could go through. But this hopefully gives you a general idea, and at least gets the gears turning in your head of like how you can approach the Extreme Super Battle Road. Maybe you guys find a new strategy, a new technique that'll get you through. If so, share it with us. Let us know in the comments. Tweet at us, and let us know how you guys did. Any last words, Tallen?
Good luck, Super AGL, hardest one out of all of them.
I totally agree with that. Oh, just before we wrap up, so I didn't take Super Vegito, the physical one, but did he take less damage compared to the AGL one on the AGL stage?
Can't really remember, actually. He was doing fine, though, honestly.
Okay. Because I thought if you said he took less damage, that would definitively tell you how bad Super AGL stage is. Because that one has 80% damage reduction, this one has 50%. If he took less damage, that would tell you that the other one has a higher attack.
That would tell you something. Yeah, I'd have to do another rotation, but
Yeah.
I'll update you on that.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully you all enjoyed that. Definitely check out part 1 if you need help with the extreme teams for the Extreme Super Battle Road. Let us know how we did. Give us some discussions, and of course, be nice in the comments. Definitely go to Tallen's channel, sub to him, sub to us. Just hopefully you guys get really lucky on your runs. That's all I can say, because I did an extreme tech run where Team Bardock on stage 1 decided to super me all on slot 1. So no matter what I ate, it didn't matter, I died. So RNG, be on your side, guys. We'll see you all next time. Nolar out.
Peace out.